My future game is Subnautica Cold North. It was supposed to be coming out at the end of this year, but of course, COVID-19, uh, everybody's working from home. So this is the standalone expansion to the original Subnautica, so you do not need to buy Subnautica to play this. I've talked about it on the Hidden Gem show, so if you want to go back and watch that episode. Um, Subnautica is a survival game set in the ocean where you are some sort of spacefarer. You crash land on a planet, and have to survive. You have to catch fish and build stuff and mine things and deal with a somewhat hostile environment at your own pace, though. Subnautica Cold North is just a further expansion of the game where you're in a completely new biome. Of course, a much colder biome, and in the original Subnautica, cold is an issue, but not a big issue. But I guess with this issue, in this part on this expansion, cold is going to be a problem. There's going to be new creatures, new things to craft, new things to explore. And there was a storyline in the original Subnautica. I'm sure this one has a storyline as well. Because you're in this planet and there are like alien structures and things that you sort of have to figure out. Like, why am I here? What are these things that I can see? Um, in Subnautica, the original Subnautica, you had these sort of like alien buildings, and you have to go in there, and it helps you figure out how to get off the planet. I wonder if they're going to do this for this game. Cold North is out in early access, so you can actually play it now. I looked it up on Steam before we did this show, and the developer said pretty much the storyline or the content of the game is done. Now they're just dealing with patches and glitches and bugs. And it is coming out, I believe, next year, April 22nd, 2021. Oh, no, that is Adam's game. January. It's supposed to be coming out January 2021. That's why you should always make sure your page notes follow the right place.
That's
Yeah,
why I use the coding.
good job. Yes, so that is Subnautica Cold North. Really exciting. Subnautica was very much like Stardew Valley, which I talked about earlier in this episode. A game that sort of introduced me to a genre, and I was kind of not into it in the beginning, but when I started playing the game, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm hooked. I want to play this all day, every day, even though, at our age, we got to work, we got other responsibilities. Definitely something for someone who likes the ocean. I've said this before, so I'm not going to talk about it too much. If you love the ocean, if you love survival games, if you want to play something relatively easy but also has some difficulty, definitely pick it up now if you're an early access gamer, or just wait maybe 4 months and it'll be out next year. What do you think, Adam?
So looking at the trailer here, it looks like you can actually go on land. Is that a new thing?
That would not exactly a new thing. In the original Subnautica, there are patches of land where you can go on, but they're very small. I mean, if, like you said, looking at the trailer, if there is substantive land, that would be like a really big thing, because the original game, land was a minor element in gameplay. Most of the time, if not 90%, 80% of the game was under the water.
Okay, because yeah, here it looks like they're riding some sort of bike, like space thing.
Yeah, that's
So
new. In Subnautica, you do have vehicles. You can actually build yourself this like really cool sub that has things inside. You can have like a little underwater mech thing, which is kind of cool as well. Um, yeah. Hopefully, this turns out to be the real thing. I don't have time to do early access anymore. Others, I'd be playing it.
So other than a new biome, do you know if they have any kind of new mechanics other than just having to deal with the cold, or?
They haven't talked too much about it, but I mean, With the original Subnautica, if you actually look at the game's description, they don't talk about a lot of stuff. I guess they sort of want to allow you to sort of get into the game and figure it out yourself. Like I said in the old show, it's sort of when I say figure out, you still go in, but there is like a little AI system which says, hey, you should do this, or hey, you should do that, or hey, you need to get this element in order to build this. Um, so I don't know too much more about the mechanics beyond what was said in the Steam description, what they said on their website. If you do Google unknown worlds, they have stuff there, but again, you're not going to be able to find out too much about what new stuff is introduced in the game until you actually pay for it in early access. Our early access is about 25 US dollars at the moment. And again, not too expensive, but the original Subnautica, I played it for 70 hours. This is supposed to be equivalent in terms of gameplay time.
So okay, so since it's an equivalent in terms of gameplay, is this standalone or do you have to buy the original as
It
well?
is standalone, so you do not need to buy the original, but like I said on the previous show, if you've never played Subnautica, definitely play the first one before playing this one. It'll make your life easier. But the developers have specifically said you don't need to play the original one. So until I actually play this, I won't know how they sort of bridge the gap between Subnautica veterans and people who are new to this kind of game.
So would you call this a DLC or a sequel?
Um, it's been, I mean, it's gotta have been about 2 years since the original, more than 2 years. I would definitely say I wouldn't even say it's a sequel though because they're still using the same engine. Graphically, it's gonna look the same. It's not too many new mechanics from what I've read. Again, I've not played it yet. I would say it's sort of, yeah, I would say it's leaning towards DLC a bit more.
Call it an expansion, like an
Yes,
MMO.
yes, an expansion rather than a sequel. Um,
Okay,
and I believe
interesting.
that's the language the developers have used as well.
Expansion. Okay.
Yes.
Well, nice. I'll have to. I've heard a lot of good things about Subnautica. I haven't played it yet, but maybe I'll have to add it to my ever-growing backlog.
Yes, and that is a
Oh,
time for us to sort of pitch. Oh, please watch our previous episodes. If you're just joining us today, you're watching a video for the first time. We have loads of interesting content that is only getting better. You know, better lighting, better audio quality, better cool overlays done by Adam Gray himself. And gentlemen, that is it for today's special episode. We might be doing this as a regular thing in the future, but we will keep you updated on the social media. As always, please feel free to contact us on Twitter at Gaming Aged. I still need to change that to Middle Age Gaming. Adam told me I can change it. Facebook at Middle
you
Age
can.
Gaming 2020. Instagram at Middle Age Gaming No 2020. I hope you enjoyed the show today, and it's so great to have people watching on YouTube and on other places. If you do like us, if you do want to ask us questions, please drop us anything you want to talk to us about. If you say, I hate you, please do it. At least we get to hear from you. Adam?
And if you prefer email, we do love emails, especially those long ones. So go ahead and drop us a line at middleagedgaming2020@gmail.com. And we would love to start answering some listener emails on air. If you guys can give us some ideas on maybe topics you want to hear about or expansion on certain games, that sort of thing, we would absolutely love to include that. So don't forget, you can catch us streaming, either myself or Crian, during the week. So subscribe to our Twitch channel, Middle Aged Gaming. You can find us both here, and follow our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can subscribe to your own as well if you want, so you can be notified when we go live. So thank you, and we will see you on Tuesday.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, see you on Tuesday. Good night.